ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्यत देशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। नमो ब्राह्मण देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय ते नमः। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिषे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, नामाचार्य दास ठाकुर की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा, वेलकम एवरीवन। हरे कृष्णा। Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So chapter oh, okay. So chapter 7. So yesterday we saw 3 sections: knowing Krishna in full by hearing about him, and I was seeing the sadhana chart of, I think, whoever have failed. So none of you are attending the Bhagavatam class. Please, I request you. It starts from 8:15 and I think 8:15, 8:30. Okay, 8:15. And whoever are able to, at least even if you are cooking or if you are doing anything or if you are traveling to work, you can just hear. Okay, it will be very nice. His Grace Namanishta Prabhuji, he gives the class. So please do attend in the temple link. I think all of you have the link, right? So from 8:15 it goes around 9:15 like that. So it's really nice to start your day by hearing Bhagavatam. Please attend, try to attend the class. And yeah, we saw about and knowing Krishna as the source of both material and spiritual energies. And the 3 modes are controlled by Krishna. So Krishna is above 3 modes. He's transcendental to these 3 modes. So this we saw in yesterday's chapter. So today we'll see from section D. The impious lack knowledge and never surrender to Krishna. The pious develop knowledge and surrender. And 7.20 to 7.25, others who have no knowledge. So not complete knowledge. So those who surrender to demigods, those who are impersonalists. And section F, 7.26 to 30, the bewilderment of living entity and his freedom through knowledge of Krishna. नामां दुष्कृतिनो मूढाः प्रपद्यन्ते नराधमाः मायया परतज्ञाना Asuram bhavamashitaha, those miscreants who are grossly foolish, lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. So now, who are the four people? Can someone tell who are the four people whom
Mudas,
Krishna is speaking
Naradama,
about? Huh?
Mudas,
Yeah.
Naradamas,
Hmm.
Maya Prahista,
Jnana,
Asurim Bhavam.
Asurim. Yeah. Can you tell in English what are the? So what is Muda means?
Foolish,
Yes. And then
foolish people.
Naradhama
Lowest among mankind.
and Maya Paratajnana.
Knowledge is stolen by illusion.
Yes. And
And
the Asuram
who
Bhava
will
means,
pray to nature of demons? Who
yeah,
will pray
so
to
demoniac
demons?
nature. No. So these four people will never surrender to Krishna. So here we can see. So what is Mudhas means? So grossly foolish, like hard working asses, beast of burden. So Prabhupada gives example of donkey, right? So um so donkey, if we see, it does need some grass to survive. But then the poor donkey does not understand that it can get down, I mean, it can have anywhere on the roads, right? It can get some grass, but it thinks that the owner is going to feed him. So it takes so much of burden, thinking that, and whole day it waits for that. So similarly, Prabhupada compare here the fruity workers. So for want of something, right? For fruitive results. So in expectation of something, they work so hard, and also to satisfy their, I mean, they have lot of desires. So mostly most of the populations are like they are involved in, they want to earn more, and mostly in the mode of passion. Most of the people are in mode of passion, where they want to have, they are in a competition, right, with the other people. Like if somebody is having more, then you should, I mean, you should be better than them. So more on, like people are not reflecting on self-realization or God and these things, but people are mostly into, they don't have time. So that is why they're called as mudhas, because they say that they don't have time for spirituality. They may have for speaking mundane talks, they may have lot of time, right? We see people, they are wasting. We can see people, like even we are also, we used to be, now maybe little bit we have come into bhakti, or in we have got the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, and we are trying to understand. But then otherwise what we used to do, we simply we call friends or relatives, and just we chat for long time. But then it is very hard for us if somebody to take bhakti, right? So especially people, if you go and tell them, oh, okay, you can chant, it only takes 10 minutes, but they say that I don't have time. But then for mundane topics, people have lot of time. So such people are called as mudas. And who are naradhamas? Naradhamas means lowest of mankind. So basically not following any regulatory principles. So they don't know what is the prime purpose of human life. So human life is, we get after many many millions of birth. So the value is not known. So just like we know, right, that example Prabhupada gives, the brick of a golden brick is just used as a paperweight. It is just like, it can be made a lot of lovely ornaments from it, but then it is used as a paperweight. So similarly, if a human life, a person is wasting in only satisfying his bodily needs, like ahara nidra bhaya maituna, these four, no, and also he is engaging in irreligious activities. So such person is called as naradhama. And the other people are asuram bhavam ashrita. So my, yeah, means the demonic nature, envious towards God or atheistic demons. So so basically they completely reject the existence of the God. So they don't believe in God. So they think everything, Krishna only says, I think in chapter 16, or in some place, in one of the chapters, where Krishna says that they think that everything has come out of lust. So this world has come, there is no reason, there is no creator behind it. So these are all, yeah, it's in 16 only. So that is the Asuri, Daivasara Sampat Vibhaga Yoga, no? So these people are they are very much envious towards Lord. They don't accept the existence of Lord. So what Krishna will do, he'll put them into very like the darkest planets. No, the next births will be for sure. It won't be very nice birth for them. They'll be put into a different, the lower species of life. And then Maya Aparata Jnana, knowledge stolen by illusionary energy. So these people are basically, they can be a very good philosophers or scientists, but then their knowledge is stolen by the Krishna's external energy, that is Maya. So they are very, very well educated in terms of material qualification. No, so materialistic knowledge they have a lot, but then they don't know that Krishna is the supreme Lord. So such people are also called as Maya Parata Jnana. So and Prabhupada also says that the people who give wrong commentary on Bhagavad Gita's, they also can be put under this Maya Parata Jnana. So these are the four people who never go to Krishna or who does not surrender to Krishna. So that is why they're called as Dushkritina, because it's not, Dushkritina means they're engaged in something not good work. Their intelligence is misdirected. It's not directed towards a right kind of work. But then, because even for doing any bad work also you need intelligence, but they have intelligence, but the intelligence is misdirected, just like Ravana and Hiranyakashipu. But then Krishna destroys all their plans. So we see here example. So this is for the grossly foolish. So the example of a donkey. And Naradhama, we have a example of Jagai and Madhai. Anyone knows the story of Jagai and Madhai? What had happened?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, you can explain in brief.
Yes, Mataji. These two people were very bad. They used to drink. They used to rape. They used to do many bad things. And once when Lord Nitai reached them and asked him for chanting the names of God, they just threw a stone on Nitai. And then Lord Chaitanya became very angry, and Lord Chaitanya put off his Sudarshan Chakra to kill them.
Mm.
And then Nitai requested him to not kill them. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, very nice. So, so how they can be delivered? So how can Naradamas also be delivered when they come in contact with the pure devotee, like because Nityananda Prabhu is none other than Lord Balram himself, no? But he is a most merciful incarnation, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga. So that's how when they come into contact with him, so they also became devotees. So this is Naradamas, and then the Maya. This is for demons who don't believe in God. So Hiranyakashipu, right, standing on one leg, and no, it's not Hiranyakashipu. It looks like a Ravan. Many heads are there. Yeah, the demonic nature. Yeah. Now Krishna will explain about the four kind of people who come to Krishna. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukritino arjuna artho jignasur artharti gnani cha bharata shabha. O best among the Bharatas, four kind of pious men render devotional service unto me: the distressed, the desirer of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of absolute. So the four kind of people who are considered to be pious by the Lord, because at least they're coming to Krishna. It can be for various reasons. Maybe there are some motives behind it because they have some expectation from Lord, but still Krishna considered them to be pious because they are on the right path. So who are the four people? The distressed, that is somebody is in problem. So they have everything in life. They may have even money, but then there's no happiness. They're very distressed. So we there are many people like that, no, in life. They may have everything, but then there's no happiness. So such people go to Krishna. And then desirer of wealth, somebody who don't have money, right? They want, or even if they have, they want more. So these people also go to Krishna. And the inquisitive, who want to know about the Lord, right? So they are inquisitive. And he who is searching for knowledge of absolute, means he is already in knowledge, the Gnani. He is in knowledge, he want to know more, just like the Parikshit Maharaj, no? These Naimisharanya sages. So you can identify. So everybody can participate. So who is this in first picture? And
Rajendra Moksha.
yeah, Gajendra. So where do you put him?
Distress.
Yeah, distress. Good. And then this one,
Draupadi.
second one, Draupadi. Yeah, Draupadi was also in what?
Distress.
It's
Yeah, she is also distress only. And who is this?
mother of
Vedavyas. Sukadeva Goswami. He is in the womb of his mother.
Yeah. So where do you put him?
Knowledge.
Yeah, knowledge. Because he is already, when he was born, he was like a gnani. He was a liberated soul. So we can put him in there. And yes, who is this?
Parikshit Maharaj. Sukadeva
Yeah,
Goswami.
Parikshit
He is
Maharaj.
preaching.
So where do you put him?
It's like knowledge.
Inquisitive. He wanted to know about the Lord, right? Yeah. And this one?
Dhruv Maharaj.
Inquisitive, because even he wanted to
Desirer
know
of
more.
wealth. Desirer of
Yeah,
wealth.
desirer of wealth, because he wanted a bigger kingdom than his father. Because initially when he came, later though Krishna gives him the intelligence, and he feels ashamed. Why did he come and ask for that kingdom? Because when he sees the Lord, he feels so ashamed of himself, and he says, I mean, where he says that I came for a piece of glass, but I got diamond, right? So, but then initially he came for wealth. So desire of wealth. Yes, and this one,
Sugriva.
yeah,
Desirer
Sugriva.
of wealth.
Yeah, he also wanted a kingdom, right, from his brother Vali had taken. So this is also desire of wealth. And who are these?
Naimisaranyam.
Yeah, and that is what?
Sukadeva Goswami. He is preaching
Yeah,
Bhagavatam.
yeah, Suta Goswami.
Sukadeva
Okay.
Goswami, yes.
So first time it was Shukadev Goswami was telling to Parikshit Maharaj, and Suta Muni, Suta Goswami was his student. He was sitting here somewhere along with other sages who was also listening to the Bhagavatam. And then he again explains here, when just before this Kali Yuga was to start, all these sages of Naimisharanya, they approached them because they wanted to do 1,000-year sacrifice. So they approached Suta Goswami and they asked him to explain about the Bhagavatam, what was told initially by Shukadev Goswami, right? So how did Shukadev Goswami learn from whom? The Bhagavatam.
From his father, Vyasadeva.
Yeah, yes. So Vyasadeva, right? He was, when he was in womb itself, he had learned. That was the reason he was not ready to come out, because he knew everything. He had heard that once you come out to this material world, what will happen? The soul will get conditioned. So he was afraid. If I come, then Maya will attack. Why should I come out? No. So that is why then his father has to approach Lord Krishna, and Krishna had to give him assurance. Okay, I will save you from Maya. You can be fearless. I mean, I will protect you. So that's why, so that is the thing. Yeah, so pious people, adherent of regulative principles of scriptures. So they follow the whatever is given in scriptures, follow moral and social laws, more or less devoted to Supreme Lord. Sukritinas means pious people. So who are those four people? Artha, distressed; Artharthi, wealth seeker; Jignasu, inquisitive; Gnani, one who desires knowledge of absolute truth. So actually Krishna considers whom to be the highest in this of the four. Whom do
Gnani.
you think? Why
Gnani.
and why?
Because if distressed people, whatever they require, if God gives, they will leave immediately. Even wealth also same. Inquisitive. The inquisitiveness, once it goes away, then people will leave. So only knowledge,
They may
Gnani.
live. Yeah, because he already has the knowledge of Krishna, and then he wants to know more. So that is why, and also he don't have, without any desire he comes. No, so he don't have any expectation. So that is why Jnani is considered to be highest. So are they pure devotees? So they are not pure devotees except Jnani, because they all have some, what is definition of a pure devotee? What is, what do you think?
they have the desire to serve Lord.
Yeah, no other desire other than serving Lord. So that is the definition of a pure devotee, unalloyed, no? Haituki apratiyata. So without any break. So they serve the Lord, and also without any intention, or no selfish desires, because they have some aspiration, okay, to fulfill exchange. So what is pure devotional service? Render transcendental loving service favorably without desire for material profit or gain through fruitive activities or philosophical, I think meant, what is that? It's all cut, I don't know. Okay, it must be philosophical speculation. So destiny of Sukritinas. So what will be the destiny of the Sukritinas? In due course, they associate with pure devotees and get purified. So in this is a Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.1.11. So actually, what does it say? Anyabhalashitashu jnana karmadi anavritam anukulena krishnanu shilanam bhakti ruchyate. So anyabhilashita shunyam. So anya abhilashita. Anya means other. Abhilasha means desire. There is no other desire. This anya abhilashati shunya. Shunya is zero. So there is no other desires. So no speculate. Anya abhilash jnana karmadi anavritam. So there is no speculative knowledge. So they are not interested in that, because usually the jnanis or the mayavadis, if we see, they're mostly into this analysis of the soul, right? They are mostly that 24 elements what we have. So they are mostly into that, the analysis, speculations, and how to reach the Lord and this, but they don't involve in bhakti or devotional service. So there is no, but here for a pure devotee, there's no such mental speculation. He accepts the Lord and he directly engage in his loving service, and no material desires. Anukulena Krishnanu. So doing the loving service in favorable, not like means remembering Krishna in loving service, like not like the demons how they think. Even the Kamsa, he was always thinking about Lord, but it was in unfavorable way, no. But Anukulena Krishna, it should be in a Anukulena, it's a favorable way thinking of Krishna. So that is considered as the highest bhakti. So at what stage do Sukritinas become pure devotees? I think so. Yeah. So when they are free from all material desires, when they fully understand that material remuneration has nothing to do with spiritual improvement. So it's not like even Prabhupada thought that Guru told him, like his spiritual master, when Prabhupada was just 26 years, I think that time. So when he first met his Guru, that time only he said that you go to West and preach. But Prabhupada thought, to go to West and preach, you need a lot of money, no? And then I can do the spiritual life. But then Prabhupada didn't stop. Though he was in India for a long time, until age of 70, he went to West. But he was always involved in devotional service. So here, what is it saying? It does not, when they understand fully that material remuneration has nothing to do with spiritual improvement. So not necessary that I need to have my good bank balance. After that, I'll take up Krishna consciousness. So nothing to do with that. So at any age, we can take up to Krishna consciousness, because as early as possible, if we take, that is better. And what is the hope for miscreants in regard to devotional service? So anyone can answer. What is the hope for these people in devotional service to get? Because it's very difficult for them to come to Krishna consciousness, no, for Dushkritinas. So how will they come? What is the possibility?
Ma'am,
It's the
Mataji,
contact with the pure devotees.
Mataji,
Yes. Yes, Ronak.
by the mercy of pure devotees, they can also become devotee.
Yeah, very nice. Yes. So by mercy, and when they come in contact with the pure devotees, they can. So from them, devotional service is very difficult because their lives are selfish, irregular, and without spiritual goals. So is there any hope? If by chance they come into contact with a pure devotee, they also become pure devotees. It is possible because we have so many examples. Can you tell some examples from Shastras where people were leading very impious life and they become pure devotees. Can you quote some?
Mataji, Jagai and Madai.
Yeah, one is Jagai and Madai, and then
Valmiki.
yes, very
Valmiki,
good.
yes.
Valmiki, yes, very good example. Ratnakar, he was a hunter, no? He became a pure devotee. As and any other examples? Any
Ajamil.
other? Huh? Ajamil, yes.
Ajamil.
Yeah, very lately, yes. Ajamil, yeah. Yeah, when it is like not with pure devotee, actually, because he took the name of the Lord. So that was
He was
bit
delivered.
different case. Yeah, he got delivered. Yes, any other examples? Mrugari, you know, you must be knowing the story of Mrugari, right? Mrugari was also like a hunter who used to half kill the animals and used to take pleasure in that. But then when he came in contact with Narada Muni, he also became a pure devotee. No? He became a Paramahamsa level actually. He went to because he was such a pure devotee. Narada Muni, whomever he met, their life also got delivered, just like even Dhruv Maharaj, right? Um, because Narada Muni himself is a pure devotee. So who is the best among four kind of people? So there are four: the distressed, the desire of wealth, the inquisitive, and the gnani. So gnani is the best. Why? Because in full knowledge of absolute truth and free of material desires. Engages in pure devotional service. Lord is very dear to him and he is dear to the Lord. When one is in pure knowledge of transcendence of Supreme Lord, material contamination cannot touch him. So just like Haridas Thakur, no, because he was he was called Namachari, always taking the name of the Lord. So nothing Maya couldn't touch him also, because he is in he's in exalted position. That is what it said here. The Gnani has complete knowledge, and the Maya cannot touch him because he is protected by internal potency of the Lord. Udara sarva evaite gnani Tvatmaiva me matam astita sahi yuktatma mam evanuttamam mam gatim. All these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls, but he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he is sure to attain me, the highest and most perfect goal. So, everywhere we can see that Krishna also stresses on devotional service, not like who is without service or just meditating upon Lord. That is never considered by Krishna to be highest. Many place Krishna says. So, can you tell me any other place where Krishna says that how to pray him or how to that devotion is the highest devotional service?
Mataji, in one sloka, Krishna said he is only known by his devotees.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know which chapter? If you can. Bhaktya Mama Bijanati, right? You meant to say?
Yes, Mataji, that one.
Yeah, that by devotion. Yes. Good. Bhaktya Mama Bijanati. Yes. Anybody else want to give
Yeah, even
try?
chapter 18, 66, he is telling no, that Sarvadharma
Ha.
Parityaji.
Yeah. Sarvadharmam, yeah, before one more shloka where he says that the devotee who gives this knowledge to everyone, he is the highest, no? And also he says in chapter 9, Manmana bhava madbhaktaha madhyaji mam namaskuru, like how to do the devotional service, he says. Pay obeisances to me, always think of me, right? Then Manmana bhava madbhaktaha madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishasi vaivam atmanam matparayanaha. So if you always think of me, you will come to me. Krishna says that. And also he says, Ye yathamam prapadyante tam stataiva javajamyam. So however we worship Krishna, in that way, Krishna will reciprocate. So just like if you are taking one step, Krishna will take 10 steps. So we should have that endeavor to go to Krishna, then Krishna will surely help us. So here Krishna says that whoever is engaged in the devotional service, he is to be considered as highest and he can attain the perfect goal. What is perfect goal? What is our highest goal in this human form of life?
I need
To
to go
attain,
back
Looking
to
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 the
attain
spiritual.
Krishna's.
Goloka Vrindavan.
Yeah, to go back to Godhead. So how can we go? What has Prabhupada told us?
Chanting,
Chanting.
By
Okay.
following four
How many?
regulative
devotional
principles.
service.
Hmm. Four regulative principles. Yes. So the two things Prabhupada has told. One is following uh, four regulative principles. What are the four regulative principles? If you can name them.
Gambling, illicit sex,
No gambling, you
no
should
meat
say.
eat, no
Yeah.
gambling,
No
no
gambling.
illicit sex, no meat eating, no intoxication.
Yeah. So these four things and 16 rounds chanting. Okay. Prabhupada says because uh, he doesn't belong to this world, no? Prabhupada is Nitya Siddha. So if he has promised, what is Prabhupada has promised? If you do this sincerely, then I will take from to Goloka from back door. Krishna also says, Name Bhaktya Pranashyati, means my devotee will never fail. So Krishna assures that in Bhagavad Gita. So obviously, you all agree that Prabhupada has special mercy of Krishna. Otherwise,
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, right. So
Yes.
if he has promised, then obviously we should have faith in that. And Krishna also says we should have faith in Guru and Shastras. So that is why Krishna himself says always approach a Guru in chapter 4, right? Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So go and approach a spiritual master. He will tell you what is, he will show you, how to reach God because he is in knowledge. So obviously, we should take it seriously what Prabhupada has given, and we should try to achieve the highest goal in this life only. Because Kali Yuga will be advancing, then because now the 10,000 years is said to be the golden years of Kali Yuga, the first 10,000 years, because until that Prabhupada has predicted, ISKCON will go and his literature will stay only for 10,000 years. After advancement, we never know, like after that there may not be spiritual there may no scope for spiritual life, and because people are so much fallen, they will not believe in shastras, and it will be really horrible. We don't want to be born again, right? After that, so it is really going to be horrible. So it is better, Prabhupada says, finish your life in finish of your business in one life. So you should really take seriously and chant Bahunam Janmanamante Gnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. After many births and death, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the causes of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. So Prabhupada mentions here, so generally people call anyone Mahatma, right? So actually who is Mahatma is defined here, what Krishna says. So who understand that Krishna is the causes of all causes, Sarva Karana Karana. So only that person is can be highest, because that too, this is realization does not come just like that. It takes, Krishna himself, he says that it takes many births, right? So it is not easy to come to this platform because people have different beliefs, and they do different worship, and we see why the people go to different demigods in coming further shlokas. So after many birth, somehow, but everybody will come one day for sure. That Krishna is saying here, everybody will come, but it's a matter of time. So it may take many years. So it is very fortunate that we have come in the right sampradaya, or you get a right knowledge. Otherwise, just see, if you see outside world, how much people are like distracted. There are so many spiritual organization, and everybody has their own philosophy, like really misguided. The population is completely misguided. So nobody has access to right literature. We should, because whatever they read, you may also have noticed in your friend circle or in some social groups, when the discussion happen, people just think whatever is available from Google, if they Google it something, and that is the right. So until we come here, we were not sure that we have to read the scriptures only which is coming from a proper sampradaya, and there should be a bona fide spiritual master. These things are even not known to us also, right? So but then now we are fortunate, so you make best use of it. So we understand, at least we have a knowledge that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So bhakti, devotional service is very rare. So it is said, Krishna can give any material, he may grant some material desires, but then giving devotional service is very rarely achieved. So, knows that, so realization, realization of one fully in knowledge, knows that spiritual life is full of activities which are eternal and blissful and not just impersonalism or voidism. So because these jnanis, they think the Mayavadis, right? They think that merging with Krishna is the highest. I mean, with the Lord. So becoming one. Because why they feel like that? They feel that if there is a body, then there is a suffering. So they don't understand that Krishna's body is not like us. He is not a material body. His body is transcendental. But they think Krishna is also like a normal person. So then, so that Lord should be something void. That is, there should not be anything. That is why they meditate upon Brahman. But a devotee knows that it's not like that. Spiritual life is so much full of activities, and it is so blissful. He has so much services to do, and he has lot of activities, and he can engage in different rasas with the Lord, right, in spiritual world. So what are the 5 rasas which we can engage in serving Lord in Goloka? What are the 5 rasas, 5 kind of relationship that we can have with Krishna? Yeah.
Maduras.
Madhurya.
No, sorry, Madhurya.
Yeah.
Santarasa,
Dasya,
Dasya Rasa,
Das-
Sakhya,
Sakya.
Sakya.
Vatsalya, and Madhurya.
Yes, nice. So these are the 5. So all are so, I mean, actually this, the devotee can have relationship in all these rasas. So this is aware only to a devotee. So the devotee is in full knowledge that Supreme Personality of God is ultimate goal of spiritual realization, and that is why he surrenders. So Prabhupada says, anyways, we don't have a choice. Either you have to surrender to Maya or to Mahamaya or to Yoga Maya, right? So that is either you surrender, if you are in material world or working for your senses, that means you are under Mahamaya, right? You are surrendered to that, or you are surrendered to your senses. So that is why you're working so hard. You are become a slave of your senses. So either be surrender there or you surrender to Lord. So material world is, he knows that material world is a perverted reflection of spiritual activities. So whatever we have here, all kind of relationships, but everything is temporary here and also not permanent. And we don't, but then whatever we have in spiritual life, it is true relationships. So understand Lord as the cause of all cause, and thus realize the universal vision of Vasudeva sees all in relation to Lord. And this vision precipitates full surrender to Krishna as highest goal. Realizes the dependence on Supreme Lord's mercy. So Rake Krishna Mare Krishna Rake Ke. So he always complete dependency on the Lord. So in the beginning, when trying to give up attachment to materialism, there is some leaning towards impersonalism. So it is said that most of us, before taking up to the Bhakti, we all had some kind of inclination towards impersonalism, because we all thought somewhere, like initially, even I was thinking there is some power, right? God is, means there is some power is there, not much complete knowledge of God, but okay, there is some power. So that is the impersonalism. And then it advanced, later understand that there are activities in spiritual life, devotional service, and thus become attached and surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna also says how one can develop attachment by hearing more about him, by hearing more past time. So when we like someone, right, what do? You want to know more about him. We want to know more about them and what they like, all these things. So similarly, the same kind of attachment we have to just dovetail to Krishna. Know more about Krishna, learn and what Krishna likes, and do that way, so that to please, right? That's how do you please, if you like someone or if you love someone, that's all right. You want to do whatever they like. So similarly, we have to do whatever Krishna likes. So then Krishna becomes pleased. So section E, 20 to 25. Others who have no knowledge, those who surrender to demigods, those who are impersonal. So two people who does surrender, but to some are to the devatas or the demigods, and some to impersonalists. Those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own nature. And Krishna further says, I am in everyone's heart as a super soul. As soon as one desires to worship some demigod, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity. So two things. So one is that why are people going to the devatas or the demigods? So because they have so many material desires. And Krishna also says in chapter 4, कांक्षता कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्तैः देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा. Kankshata karmana siddhi, because of their desires to get they have so many material desires, they go to the devatas. And kshiprami manushe loke, and this in material world, in this mritya loka, very soon you can get also. So Krishna only says that very soon you can get, but then soon also it will go, because it is temporary. It will not stay for a long time. But whatever we get from Krishna, it will stay for a long time. From devatas, if we get, it may not stay for a long time. So that is why people go to the devatas. So immediately they want something, right? So they perform some. There are many told in Vedas. Usually the Vedas, what do they say? They ask for you can perform different sacrifices for elevation into a heavenly planet, or to get a nice wife or husband, like that kind of thing. So, or some material opulence. So there are different sacrifices mentioned in Vedas. So people go there to satisfy those needs. So so here they and follow rules and regulations to worship according to their own nature. And then, but Krishna says that how is that we are getting that faith in the Lord? And because that faith is also given by Krishna. Krishna is there as super soul in even the devatas, even to us. So Krishna is the one who is going to inform the devata that this is a devotee who is on the right path. So one or the other day, even the devatas work is to bring us to Krishna. So they will only give. See, most of the people are like we, all of us, we were having our own worshipable deity earlier, right? So so how did, because we were doing some bhakti devotion, they only directed us to a right guru and to Krishna. So because they are also just like, they are also living the marginal potency of the Lord, no, just like us, they are also marginal potency, because they also come from the Brahma. Lord Brahma was the first living entity. So after that only all devatas have come. But Krishna is Adi Purusha. Before everyone he was there. Now, that is why Krishna says in chapter 10, Name Vidhu Suragana Prabhavanna Maharshayaha. Nobody knows about me. The devatas, not the great sages, nobody. Right? Because Krishna is Adi Purusha. He was already there from the beginning, before even the any creation happened. So that is why Krishna gives, as a super soul, he only build that faith in the devotee, in the deity, because so that they can be in the right path. One or the other day, they'll come back to him. So endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod. And I don't know what is this, not visible. Can someone take out 21 and read the translation? I
And
can't see here.
obtains his desire. But in
Yeah.
actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
I am in,
So
no,
yeah,
I am in everyone's heart as the super soul.
yeah,
As soon
that
as
is,
the one desire to worship some demigod, I
okay.
make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to the particular deity.
Yes, Prabhu. That is 21, no? And can you
Yeah,
read the
21.
22 also? I think it is 22.
22
Endowed
is
with.
endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desires. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone.
Yeah, because unless Krishna grant, nothing we can get. Though, because finally all the devatas work as per Krishna's instructions. And unless Krishna approves, even they will not be able to give us anything. So that understanding we need to have. That is what Krishna is trying to tell here. So men of small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to planets of demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. So why is Krishna calling the people as the men of small intelligence, people who are worshipping demigods? Because in the previous shloka he said that he is only building the faith in them, but now he is telling that whoever is worshipping demigods are men of small intelligence. Why is it so? Why is
Mother,
it so?
because the fruits which are obtained from demigods are temporary.
Yes. And also one main thing is there. What devatas cannot give, which Krishna can give. What is it?
Liberation.
Liberation.
Yeah, yes, very good. So liberation, how much ever we can, okay, whatever we go to devatas, that is possible to survive in this material world and in this life. No, we can be having very nice life. Okay, we get so much of material opulence. What can we do? We cannot carry anything to next life. That's all over, right? And also based on our karma, we'll get our next life. So what is the point, right? We are behind something which is temporary and which is limited, but why not go for something eternal? So that is possible only with Krishna, right? So, and also we know that if we worship the devatas, we go to their planet, right? Here Krishna says, because whomever we worship, there only we can go. Just like Prabhupada gives the example of, you buy a ticket of Bombay and expect to land in Delhi. It's not possible, no? Where what ticket you have taken, there only you will be going. So similarly, whatever God you worship, that loka only we can go. And then what will happen? Krishna says, what is that? Kshine Pune Martya Lokam Vishanti, means once the pious deeds are exhausted, we have to again take birth in this material world. That is the problem. We can go to their world. Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartinorjuna. Mamupetya tu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. So even if you go to the highest planet of Brahma Loka, we have to come back. So what is the point? No? Instead, we can do here only in Martya Loka only. We have to come to do devotion, and then go back to Godhead. So, but whoever worship Krishna will go to supreme planet, yeah, to the Goloka or Vaikuntha. Why demigod worshippers considered as less intelligent? Yeah, this is what we discussed. So, intelligence stolen by material lust, fruits are limited, temporary. Basis of choice of worship, different modes and nature, different demigods. Lack of knowledge about Krishna. So, because why? We are not exposed to the right scriptures. The main reason of lack of knowledge is ignorance, no? Because we are not come in contact with the right source. So, Krishna is the source of everything. So, Krishna makes faith steady, required by a living entity to worship the demigod. Krishna bestows benefit through the demigods to living entities. Result, go to demigod's planet, keep one in material world, a place of misery. So this is the problem. So again, come back to the material world. Janma Mrityu, Jara Vyadi, Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. So result, if we worship Krishna, go to supreme planet. Result of demigod worship are all perishable. So it doesn't stay for a long time. Result of devotional service unto Krishna is unlimited and eternal. So demigod worshipper, nature is to follow Karma Kanda section of Vedas, attracted to material enjoyment, seeks quick results. What is the philosophy? They believes that one who worships a demigod can reach the supreme Lord. So it is not possible, Krishna says. Accepts demigods as equal to Krishna. So many people say that Krishna is same. I mean, they whatever they believe the deity, they say that that is same. Mostly people have problem with Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna, because many people say that Lord Shiva is highest or Lord Krishna, and they because the problem is because Vyasadeva had given so many Puranas in which some particular thing Puranas, it says that Lord Shiva is the highest. Why he has given like that? Because based on the Puranas are divided into Sattvika and Rajasika and Tamasika. It is for different category of people, and how that is how Krishna also take incarnation, right? Like Buddha when he came. So that time people were in so much ignorance. So you cannot give them the Vedas. So he had to reject the Vedas. So similarly, the Puranas are made for different category of people. So there the worship of different deities has been shown. So, but then highest is Bhagavatam, which talks because the Vyasadeva has written in his maturity age, because after he wrote all the Puranas, all Upanishads, everything, he was very sad. And Narada Muni comes and meet him, right? You all know that it comes in Bhagavatam, where he was very sad. And then anyone knows about it? What happens after that? Anyone
Mata
knows?
Narada Muni told him to write Srimad Bhagavatam.
Huh. So yeah, he asked like, what is the reason for my sadness? Because he was not able to make out. After writing so many scriptures, why is he still not happy? Then Narad Muni tells him that because you have not glorified the Lord, you have not. So do that. So then he starts to write Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is why Srimad Bhagavatam is the highest, and where Krishna is glorified by his devotees. So accept demigods as equal to Krishna or many gods. A particular demigod is supreme instead of Krishna. So they think this is a belief of their philosophy. And what is their mentality and attitude? I am the enjoyer. Because whoever go to demigods, they have to do some I mean puja or whatever, something they'll do for God, and finally they think that uh, Krishna God means he has a grantor, right? Whatever my desire are there, for that only. Even we used to be like that, right? We didn't know how to pray Lord. When you go only for asking some wishes, or grant me this, or give this to my son or to daughter or husband, like that only we used to ask, or to do, I mean, for exam, if something exam is coming or something like that. So something for desire only. And we thought that we are here to enjoy in this world. And desire superior enjoyment in higher planets. So he wants to enjoy in higher planets. False prestige, intelligence lost due to lusty desires. So these are the attitude of a person who is worshipping demigods. Action, performs prescribed duties, worship demigods, perform sacrifice. Result is he achieves higher planetary systems and enjoys until his pious results are exhausted, and then result returns to middle planetary system, that is to Earth. Avyaktam vyaktimapannam manyante mama uddayah param bhavamajanantah mama vyayam anuttamam. Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, was impersonal before and now have assumed this personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. So it is not that Krishna didn't have form and then got the form. Krishna always has the form. He only appears, right? So Krishna has that form. And Krishna also says it is Krishna's effulgence which is Brahman, which is impersonal, impersonal thing that is Lord. So Krishna also says in other place in Bhagavad Gita, Avajananti Mamuda, Manushim Tanumarshritam, Param Bhavam Ajanantaha, Mama Bhutam Aishwaram. So Avajananti Mamuda, the fools deride me when I come. They think that I'm an ordinary human. When I take a human form, they think that I'm an ordinary human being, right? So here also the Muda means the fools or the unintelligent men. They think that Krishna is not having a form. So Krishna's form is spiritual, not like us. So Brahma Samhita says, Angani yasya sakalendriya vritti manti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadujjvala vigrahasya govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So Angani yasya sakalendriya vritti manti. So Krishna's all senses, because yesterday also we saw his senses, he's called as Nirguna. Nirguna means he don't have a material quality, no material uh, uh, this one, the even all his organs are spiritual. So Angani is the organs can perform a function of other organs. Any organ of Krishna can perform a function of other, because it is spiritual. It is not like a material. In material means it is not possible. No, with hand we can't walk, or with the eyes we can't eat. But for Krishna, anything is possible. This is called as Achintya Abheda Tattva. So means Krishna is simultaneously same and different. We cannot, it's not easy to understand Krishna. But then Krishna is spiritual. So Krishna's form is spiritual. But the unintelligent men will not understand this. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavritaha mudo yamna vijanati mama loko mamajam avyayam. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my eternal creative potency, Yogamaya. And so the deluded world knows me not, who am unborn and infallible. So Krishna is unborn. No, he is not born like us. He appears. So Krishna covers himself. So he was not able. Many, even in when Krishna came in Dwapar Yuga, many people were not able to identify the Lord, the demons, right? Or the Duryodhana, Kauravas, these people were not everyone were able to understand Krishna, because he covers himself by Yogamaya. So Krishna never manifests to foolish and intelligent. So what is the qualification of understanding the Krishna, the Lord? Only to pure devotees, example Pandava, Bhishma and few others, who knew that Krishna is Supreme Lord. Except devotees, all consider him as ordinary. Even when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, his close associates knew that he is Lord himself, but not everyone knew that he is Lord. Result of being impersonalist. They do not know Lord as unborn and infallible. So they don't know that Krishna is unborn. They think that he is born like an ordinary child in mother's womb, but it's not so. Krishna appears and is infallible. Supreme Lord, absolute truth, hides from foolish and intelligent. Lord gets covered by internal potency. So the last section, knowing Krishna as the source of both material and spiritual energies. O Arjuna, as a supreme personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me, no one knows. So Krishna says this in many, many places, that he knows that. Even in second chapter, he says, no, like there is no time that these kings are not there before or in future. Like Krishna knows everything. How is he able to tell all that? Because he has seen all those things. And Krishna says, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna, tanyam veda sarvani natvam veda parantapa. I've taken many, many lives, Arjuna, both of us. But then I remember everything, but you don't remember. So the same thing Krishna is telling here. Krishna remembers everyone's of past. How is he able to remember? How is Krishna able to remember our past? How is it?
He's as a witness in everyone's soul now. Mataji.
Yeah, yes. He's there as super soul, no? It's very nice. So he's there as super soul. He's witnessing everything, right? So he knows everything, and he knows what will happen in future also. He's in chapter 11, we see how Krishna shows Arjuna the result of the war also, right? So, and O scion of Bharata, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arisen from desire and hate. So in this material world, so everybody are bewildered. Why this happens? Because of the materialistic desire. So because of the desire, the duality is born. So the desire and the hate. So, yeah, sorry. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are freed from dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. So, how can one end the duality? Only when he engages in the service of the Lord, right? So, Te Dvandva Moha Nirmukta, Krishna says that Te Dvandva Moha Nirmukta means one who has come out of the duality. So, Prabhupada says that we cannot be, sorry. So, Prabhupada says that we cannot be without desires. So, only we have to change the desires from material to the spiritual desires. We need to have, because even into advance in spiritual life, you need to have desire to advance. No, otherwise it's not possible. So with the help of Guru, our spiritual master, we can come out of this dualities. So desire and hatred causes them to be bewildered by dualities. How living entities are covered by Maya. Desiring to enjoy separate from Krishna are put under Maya or delusion. Separation from pure knowledge thus covered by illusionary energy. So pure knowledge is now covered by Maya. So that is why that in chapter 3 we see, right, different kind of lust is covered in human beings, the animals, and in plant life. Because what is that lust or the desire? That is what is covering us. So that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says Cheto Darpana Marjan. So the dust has to be removed from our heart. So the cleansing work itself is the chanting of the holy name. When we say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So it will the cleaning, internal cleaning. No, externally we may take bath, but then how do we cleanse our heart? By cleaning. That is chanting the holy name. Effects or manifestation of illusion energy, duality, desire or hate. So this is desire and hate is nothing but manifestation of illusionary energy of Krishna. So symptom of such a delusion. Wants to become one with Lord. Original sinful desire of living entity. Envies Krishna as supreme personality of Godhead. Original hatred of living entity. Thinks supreme personality of Godhead is created by material energy. Manifestation of dualities of delusion or dishonor, honor, good, bad. So these are the delusion. So good and bad. Thinking something to be good, and or somebody praises, I mean, you're getting honor, you're feeling happy, and then somebody is scolding, we feel sad. So these are all dualities, right? Pleasure, pain, man, woman. So these are all the examples of dualities. How can they get free from the coverings of Maya? So recognize Krishna's supremacy, because Krishna is the controller of Maya. No, so if we surrender to Krishna, Krishna can protect us. So how do we overcome? Become a devotee of Krishna. Qualification of a devotee to perform determined devotional service. So qualification required to perform determined devotional service. The person should have acted piously in this and previous life, ceasing to act according to desire and hate. So his action should not be promoted or influenced by something he desires or he hates. It should be on as per the dharma, not as per the based on his desire or hate. So, and then freedom from dualities of delusion. Sinful actions are completely eradicated. So only then he can fix his mind in devotional service. If these things, 4 things are there, then person will be able to fix his mind in devotional service. How to be situated on spiritual platform? Who can accept this process? Those who live practicing the regulative principles of religion, who have acted piously and who have conquered sinful reaction. Next step is gradually they can meditate in trance on Supreme Personality of Godhead. best process. This elevation is possible in Krishna consciousness in association of pure devotees. So when we come in, because we have come in association of Prabhupada, right, we are able to understand this. For whom is it difficult to transcend the dualities of hatred, desire and hatred? So those who are sinful, atheistic, foolish and deceitful. So these people, they cannot come out of this delusion. So impersonalist, lack of knowledge, lack the following knowledge, forgets one's position as subordinate to Lord, that is greatest violation of God's law. By being reinstated in one's constitutional position of transcendental loving service with determination is the only way to understand Supreme Personality of Godhead. Na'am vedayana tapasa. Krishna says that you cannot know me in the chapter 11 when he shows them Arjuna the 400 form and then his beautiful form 200 form. He says that no one can know me by studying of the Vedas, right? Or by austerity. Only with bhakti you can know me. So here, only by serving transcendental loving service, one can understand Lord. So what is the result? Association with materialistic people is part-2 darkest region of existence. Living entity can get liberation from bewilderment by devotional service or Krishna consciousness. Devotees traverse earth to recover the conditioned souls from their delusion, that is their mercy. So these are all pure devotees like the acharyas or the spiritual masters who travel across. Like Prabhupada, he was not sitting in Vrindavan and chanting. He could have done that, but then he wanted to deliver the souls, fallen souls. So association of great devotees, Mahat Seva, door to liberation is open. Jara marana mokshaya mamashritya yatanti ye te brahma tadvidu kritsnam adhyatmam karma chakilam. Intelligent persons who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death take refuge in me in devotional service. They are actually Brahman because they entirely know everything about transcendental activities. So Brahmabhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati. So Brahman means he is in a Brahmabhuta stage. So who understands everything as a part and parcel of Lord. And he is engaged in transcendental activities of the Lord. Because the liberation, Krishna says, is liberation is possible. If one wants liberation, who endeavor for liberation, then we have to take refuge of Lord Krishna. Sadi bhutadi daivam mam sadi yagnancha ye viduhu prayana kale picha mam te viduryukta chetasaha. Those in full consciousness of me, who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of the material manifestation of demigods and of all method of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. So, how one can know? So, we know the example of Bhishma Pitama, right? So, he was, because he was a pious person and he was a devotee of Lord. So, he was able to remember, I mean, Krishna was there in front of him when he was dying. So, Krishna will give that remembrance. So, how he gave even to Ajamila because he had done some pious deed when he was young. I mean, pious deed means he was a devotional service. So he gave him the intelligence to keep his son's name as Narayana. So that intelligence Krishna will give, and that's how he was able to, while at the time of dying, he was able to call his son's name. So yeah, so can understand. Yeah. So devotees can know Krishna to go at death and go back to him. How to become Krishna consciousness? Beginning with association of devotee. Surety of person acting in Krishna consciousness. So what are that? Never deviated from path of entirely understanding. Never gets deviated. Understand Krishna in transcendental association. Understand Lord as governing principle of material manifestation and even demigods. So he's the reason for both the material manifestation and devatas. Gradually they become convinced of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then at a time of death, he can never forget Krishna and promoted to Goloka Vrindavan. So there is something here. Okay, Adhibhuta, governing principle of material manifestation is called as Adhibhuta. Adi Daiva, governing principle of demigods. So he is Krishna is the Adi Daiva, right? Adi Daiva, and then Adi Yajna. So governing principles of all method of sacrifice. So all sacrifices are done for Krishna. So Dhrudha Vrata. So who the person who is very determined, they always worship Krishna. So beginning of bhakti, conviction that simply by hearing and glorifying Supreme Lord, all the objectives will be fulfilled. So there's no need to do a lot of austerity or different things to please Krishna. Just with the hearing and glorifying Lord also, right? So here we can see, anyone knows who is this? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is carrying whom?
Mataji Haridas Thakur.
Yes. So when Haridas Thakur died, right, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is himself carrying him because he was such a pure devotee of Lord. So yeah, so he was famous for chanting, no, 192 malas every day he used to chant. So many rounds we cannot, at least we can have to chant 16 rounds. No? So yeah, to become, I mean, at least one day we can become perfect. With this we completed. So these are the sections we covered. Knowing Krishna in full by hearing about him, knowing Krishna as source of both material and spiritual energies. The three modes are controlled by Krishna, therefore surrender. The impious lack knowledge and never surrender to Krishna. The pious develop knowledge and surrender. Others who have no knowledge, those who surrender to demigods, those who are impersonalist. So the bewilderment of living entity and his freedom through knowledge of Krishna. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटिवैष्णववृन्द की जय नाम सर्वे सकुल जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Thank you everyone. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you
Krishna
Mataji.
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna. Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay. Any questions on today's chapter?
Hare
Yes,
Krishna Mataji.
Huh? Hare Krishna. Okay. Hope you all are taking the quiz, no? Quiz.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. If there are no questions, we can close. Okay. We can chant 3 times. Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare
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 Krishna,
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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Okay,
Hare
thank you
Krishna.
everyone for joining. See you all next week. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna
Mataji.
Hare,
Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.